Good day to all of you. Today, we will be working on the 71st creation in our lesson series. First, click on the plus mark at the top of the screen and open a new tab. Next, type thunkable.com in the address bar and click the enter button. Now you have entered the Thunkable website. Click the login button at the top corner and log into your Thunkable account. Now again, click on the plus mark at the top corner of the screen. Open another tab and visit the dpcode.lk website. Click on lesson number 309. Click the Start Project button here. Now you have entered the project. In the previous lesson, we created a part of the alarm app. Today, we are going to create the second part of this app. I have now finished adding the first part of the alarm app that we created in the last lesson to this design. If anyone hasn't watched our 70th lesson, check it out using the thunkable.com website now. From here on, let's add the code to that design. See, we have designed the game as required in the previous lesson. The 9 screens we created are displayed like this. Okay, next is to create the code. Before that, let's see what happens in this app. First, the watch screen opens. We need to display the current time in label time and the current date in label date. Next, enter the number of hours, minutes and seconds required for the alarm to go off in this text input, and the alarm will go off according to the time given by the user when the user clicks the Set Alarm button. We can stop the alarm by clicking on the Stop Alarm button. I think now you have an idea of how to create this code. So let's go to the Blocks tab and start creating the code. As I said before, when the screen opens, the date should be displayed in label date and the time in label time. For that, here, drag the When What Screen Opens code block from What Screen. Click the label date again and drag a Set Label Dates text to code block into this code block. Next, here, I will connect a join code block from text. 7 more code blocks need to be connected to this join code block, but there is only space for 2 code blocks. We need to make space for the remaining 5 code blocks. For that, we will click the settings icon in front of the join here and drag 5 item code blocks on the left side of this box into the join code block on the right side. Okay, now the code block is prepared as we require. Now click the settings icon again and remove this box. Give the text as date in the first code block connected to this join code block. Let's give colon for the text in the next text code block. Drag a current hour code block under device to the third blank. Click on arrow in front of hour and select year. Next, connect a code block with a pair of inverted commas from text for the next blank. Let's add a slash here. For the next blank, drag an hour code block from device again. Click on the arrow in front of hour and select month. For the next blank, connect a code block with a pair of inverted commas from text and type a slash. There is one more blank left. Let's connect a current hour code block from device and give the day of the month. In this way, the time also needs to be displayed. Click the label time again and drag a Set Label Times text to code block below the Set Label Dates text to code block here. Next, I will connect a join code block from text for the text here. We need to connect 5 more code blocks to this join code block, but there is only space for 2 code blocks. We need to make room for the remaining 3 code blocks. For that, we will click the settings icon in front of join here and drag 3 item code blocks on the left side of this box into the join code block on the right side. Okay, now the code block is prepared as we require. Now click the settings icon again and remove this box. Let's remove the first text code block connected to this join code block and connect it to the second blank and connect the next text code block to the fourth blank. Let's give colon as the text for both of these text code blocks. Drag a current hour code block from device to the first blank. Drag a current minute code block from device again for the third blank. There is one more blank left. Connect a current hour code block from device and give seconds. Okay, now we have displayed the date as well as the time in labels. Next, let's enable the timer. I will drag a Set Timer Once Enabled to True code block from timer 1 into the When What Screen Opens code block like this. Next, let's prepare the code to activate the alarm. First, when the Set Alarm button is pressed, we need to assign the time we set to the alarm in a variable. Also, we need to remove the number of hours, minutes and seconds entered in the text input. First, a variable is required to assign the time for the alarm. For that, click Variables and drag a set app variable name to code block here. Give the variable as timer. Since no time has been assigned at the beginning, let's connect a code block with 0 from math here. Next, drag a when set alarm click code block from button set alarm here. Drag a set app variable timer to code block from variables into this code block. You may remember we provide time in 3 text inputs as hours, minutes and seconds. Now we need to assign these 3 values in this timer variable. We will use a join code block for that. Here for the text I am connecting a join code block from text. I will connect 5 more code blocks into this join code block like this. But here there is a space only for 2 code blocks. We need to make space for the remaining 3 code blocks. For that, I will click on the settings icon in front of join and drag 3 item code blocks on the left side of this box into the join code on the right side. Okay, now the code block is prepared as required. Now click the settings icon again and remove this box. Let's remove the first text code block connected to this join code block and connect it to the second code block and connect the next text code block to the fourth blank. Let's give colon as the text for both these text code blocks. Let's drag a text input hour code block from text input hour to the first blank. Drag a text input minutes code block from text input minutes for the third blank. There is one more blank left. Link a text input seconds code block from text input seconds. Okay, next we can remove the text given in the 3 text inputs. For that, drag a set text input hours text to code block from text input hours below the set app variable timer code block. Leave the text blank. Again, drag a set text input minutes text to code block under text input minutes. Let's leave the text as blank. Finally, drag a set text input seconds text to code block under the text input seconds. Leave the text as blank here as well. Okay, next when the timer starts working, we need to update the time again in the label time and check if this time is the same as the time we set the alarm. The alarm sound should play when the time is the same. Here, let's drag a when timer once fire code block under timer 1. First, we need to update the time in the label time. Therefore, click on the label time and drag a set label times text to code block below the set label dates text to code block here. Next, I will connect a join code block under text here for the text. We need to connect 5 more code blocks to this join code block, but there is only space for 2 code blocks. We need to make room for the remaining 3 code blocks. For that, we will click the settings icon in front of join and drag 3 item code blocks on the left side of this box into the join code on the right side. Okay, now the code block is prepared as we require. Now click the settings icon again and remove this box. Let's remove the first text code block connected to this join code block and connect it to the second blank and connect the next text code block to the fourth blank. Let's give colon for the text for both these text code blocks. Drag a current hour code block under device for the first blank. For the third blank, drag a current minute code block under device. Click the arrow in front of hour and select minutes. There is one more blank left. Connect a current code block under device and give seconds. Next, let's see if text in this label time is the same as the time assigned in the timer variable. Drag an if code block from the control below the set label times text code block and connect a code block with the equal sign under logic for the condition. Let's connect a label times text code block from label time to the left side of the equal sign. Connect an app variable timer code block from variables to the right side. If this condition is true, the sound needs to play. For that, let's drag a call sounds once play code block from sound 1 into this if code block. Okay, now when the alarm is activated and finished, let's change the value of the timer variable again to 0 as it was in the beginning. Drag a set app variable timer to code block from variables below the call sounds once play code block. Let's connect a code block with 0 from maths for the value. Next, when we click the stop alarm button, it needs to stop playing the alarm sound. For that, click button stop alarm and drag a when button stop alarm click code block. Let's drag a call sounds 1 stopped code block from sound 1 into this code block. Okay, since the alarm's operations are done, let's change the value of the timer variable to 0 again as per beginning. Let's drag and set app variable timer to code block from variables below sound 1 stop code block, and let's connect a code block with 0 under math for the value. Now we have finished creating the alarm app completely. You can set the alarm and check. You little ones are very successful if you managed it like this. WhatsApp your number to me on the phone number note 7681252244. Tell your friends about the design as well. Check out this app to send to me as well as to send to your friends. And one more thing, join the DP Coding School Telegram group. Try to be the DP Code Champ Best of the Week once every week. Stay connected with us. And also another thing, join our DP Coding Club, and now you can start a DP Coding Club in your school as well. We are ready to give you all the guidance for that. If you're interested in starting a DP Coding Club in any school that has computer labs, please send a request to the principal of your school to the email address info@dpcc.lk. Okay, let's meet with another interesting lesson through DP Coding School. Have a nice day.